Hi everyone, this is Korosh Erfani, and today is Saturday, October 18, 2025. We were waiting for this day because it was the day where Americans decided to come to the streets and to show effectively their force, and that's why we got a very interesting, successful undertaking by the society, by the American society. As you can see, it's a matter of large crowds across the country for this march of No Kings, right? And the protest was really successful. Some outlet media are talking about 7 million people in 2,200 events in all 50 states, right? In the major cities, we had a large presence of the people. The image was really impressing, as for example, here you can see it. This is one of them in Boston. And in New York, we had a huge presence of the people as well. So all of this is showing us that the American answered positively and enthusiastically to this call for their presence in order to show effectively that they want the real democracy. They don't want the establishment of authoritarianism. They don't want the violence that the government tried to, normalize across the United States. They want social peace. They want the real democracy. They want the respect of the human rights, and so on and so on. So all of this is very interesting. And we have to congratulate to all those who participated in this march and also those who were organizing it. We can see that everywhere.
No Kings. This is the very red state of Utah, No Kings protest.
So even in the red states, we have effectively the presence of the people massively in the streets. Of course, the supporters of President minimize and diminish this action today, but was not really successful. For example, look at here. In one of the extreme right account on X, you can see this image with a very negative text talking about all of the No Kings protesters will wake up tomorrow and realize nothing has changed. Trump is still their president. So this is a miscalculation, effectively. What has changed is the self-confidence of society on their capacity, their capability to mobilize and to do something. So that's the reason for which we can see the misunderstanding of the government and its supporter, compared to what happened. The significance, the meaning of the October 18 March was, I think, in the confrontation of two things. On the one hand, what we can call a real democracy, and on the other hand, a fake one, pseudo-democracy of the government. The first one is the democracy from the bottom, and the other one is the semi-democracy from the above. And from now on, we have a real conflict between those who want to have the main essential, substantial characteristics of democracy on the one hand, right, among the people, within the society, and those who want just to have an empty shell of democracy, which means the government. So that's why I saw a very interesting post on Twitter from Bernie Sanders talking about this. Thank you to the millions of Americans who turned out in small communities and big cities all over this country to say loudly and boldly, no more kings. In America, we, the people, will rule. So what has changed today is a reminder, to the Americans that they are the real owner of this country. The people are the real powerful element or actor of the country. The government is an ephemeral group with a very precise mission, which is to serve, as just administration for the well-being of society, for the well-being of the individuals. And if there is something else, if they want really to create a monarchy, an autocracy, or a kind of dictatorship, the people are there to remind them that it's impossible. Democracy is a government for the people, by the people, and with the people. So that's why from now on we have power, which is a kind of corrupted one, and we have counterpower, which is the real power of any democracy that we call social power. You remember in our previous videos, we talked about the social power as the utmost power, as the most powerful element of any democracy. That's the social power, that's the popular power, that's the organized power of the citizens. So in October 18th, the American people were in the streets at the scale of 7 million in all 50 states to remind that we are present, we are aware about what's going on, and we are ready to oppose to any attempt to dismantle the American democracy. So 7 million guardians, and protector of the American democracy. And this is something extremely important that nobody can deny. And all the efforts of the government to minimize that was really failing, because the huge presence of the people in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in Las Vegas, in Boston, in Chicago, in New York, all of them showed effectively that something real is happening. And also the efforts of government to show that this is something anti-American or anti-nationalist, or this nonsensical label failed also, because the people, like here, are reminding that no, it's not the case. Look at this post. The MAGA crowd calls us terrorists. They say we hate America, but we are out here because we love our country and we are not afraid to fight for it. We are the real patriots. So patriotism means keeping what is valuable for a country, and what could be more valuable than democracy for the American people. So they are there to protect their democracy, something for which they fought, and they are ready to fight again if necessary. So that's why not only they did this interesting and gigantic presence in October 18, but the people are organizing now for November 5th. This is the anniversary of the elections last year, and they are inviting the Americans to come effectively, to descend on Washington, D.C. In millions to show effectively their strength, right? So that's why we have this kind of message by the activists now that they have been really successful about what is happening. Now there are other calls for November 5th. Listen to that.
To New York. Well, Trump, New York has a message for you. The time has come for the fall of the Trump fascist regime. On November 5th, we descend on Washington, D.C., millions strong, in the largest nonviolent protests in U.S. history. We'll surround the White House, we will surround the Capitol, and we will stay until the regime is gone. New Yorkers, this is on us. Philly, Jersey, Connecticut, this is your call too. Everyone within reach of D.C., this is the time to move. Because we care about our neighbors. We love that we have people here from all over the world. And you know what, Trump? New York hates you. This is a city, a region, a country of fighters. We've marched for Black Lives Matter. We've marched for Gaza. We've filled the streets in our millions. And I'm calling on you, from supporters of Zohran Mamdani, those who stood for Gaza, everyone who knows what it means to fight for justice. This is your call. Trump has threatened Mamdani, and he's threatened officials in blue cities who dare to fight for us, for immigrants, for justice, for dignity. And a threat to one of us is a threat to all of us. Voting will not be enough. Trump and his fascist allies are already undermining elections, rigging maps, intimidating voters, preparing to ignore results. Fascism doesn't play by the rules of democracy. Defeating it takes millions, organizing, rising, refusing to comply. November 5th, New York, Philly, Connecticut, across the country, let's rise. Fascism is upon us now. Humanity's only hope is for the decent people of this country to rise in our millions. We cannot wait for future rigged elections. We must drive the Trump fascist regime from power. And if we don't, what will we become? We will lose our humanity. Beginning November 5th, the one-year anniversary of Trump's election, flood D.C. in non-violent protests. Don't stop until Trump is removed. Go to refusefascism.org and spread the word. Donald Trump.
So these kind of initiatives are there effectively and start to organize the people, inviting the people to come effectively to descend in Washington, D.C. in order to, to show the social power, the popular power, the power of people, those who own effectively the country. So that's why we are at the beginning of a real social movement from October 18 with this demonstration of power and strength by the people, by the society, and there would be possible to develop that in such a way that at a given point in this process, the government must accept effectively to kneel in front of the people and accept to act only and only according to the Constitution and forget about oligarchy, about dictatorship, about authoritarianism, and so on and so forth. So that's why this fight is a serious fight and needs effectively the organization of the citizens, the grassroots works, so that we can have something consequential in the coming weeks and months. It's possible, and this call is extremely important, and it must be organized from now. It must be work on the social media and on the ground, so that we can have effectively a massive presence of people on Washington, D.C. on November 5th, so that the government sees effectively, physically, the presence, the massive presence of the people, around the White House, and realize that when it comes, when it boils down to, we can say, democracy and the fundamental rights of the people don't joke with anyone, right? And there is no pity for anyone. Democracy is democracy and must be preserved, because this is the only thing that we have. And as she said, it's a matter of our humanity. If we lose our democracy, we lose our freedom, and without freedom, we are not really the human beings. That's why we must be serious, and we must organize seriously from now the social resistance, the social power. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we are going to talk about that more in the coming days. Thank you.